Alright folks, check it out. I'm in the wild today and here's the thing. I'm not on vacation. I'm actually working. And yeah, I know this is one of the many perks of remote working. You literally get to work from wherever you want. And remote working is trending nowadays and a lot of people want to do it, but it's not really for everyone. Remote working has its fair share of advantages and disadvantages. So you have to have an idea of what they are in order to decide whether they're good for you or not. It's not a binary choice. It's not a 0 and 1 choice. You can actually mix it up, mix office work with remote work to see what kind of blend works for you. That's what we're going to do today. What kind of blend works for you? I mean, why wouldn't you want remote working? You get to work in your pajamas the whole day. And plus, you don't have to uphold the 9 to 5 grind. That's one of the coolest things about remote work. You get to schedule your workday yourself. And it's based on you, on your mood, on your productivity, and whether you feel like it or not. So if you're a night owl, that's okay. If you're an early bird, go get it. Now, if you need to go to the bank, you don't need to ask for leave from your boss. And if there are any important family meetings, a birthday or something, or a wedding perhaps your own wedding, you don't need to miss it. This is great for your work-life balance. Another immediate benefit of remote work is that you don't need to get stuck in traffic anymore. No more traffic jams for you. No more crowded buses for you. You can save the commute time from home to work or from work to home for yourself. You can work more, or you can take a long breakfast, a long break, or you can spend more time on improving yourself. And hey, do that. Even if you're not working from home, always dedicate some time to improve yourself. This means one less car in traffic, one less person in the crowd. You win, they win, the environment wins. And if your government provides subsidies for public transport, like most governments do, the government wins. Hooray! One of the disadvantages of traditional work is that it is bounded by geography. You are limited to where you're living or where your company is. That means that companies can't look for talent everywhere, and talented people like yourself can't work wherever they want. If you want to work in a company that isn't in your city, that would mean that you have to leave your hometown, the place where you're most comfortable in. You have to leave your beloved people, your family, your friends, but most importantly, you have to leave your memories. Well, remote work solves that problem because with remote work, the only thing you need is the internet and proper working internet connection. And your place doesn't matter at all. So that means companies from around the world can look for talents like yourself, regardless of where you are. And you don't have to leave the place you like because you can look for companies wherever they are and apply for them. You can work for a startup that you think is going to be the next big Apple, or you can work for a company that is already established. It doesn't matter. This means that you have more options to pick from. And guys, do you know what more options means? More power. And that is power that you can leverage when you want to negotiate for your salary or your promotion or I don't know, whatever else. Okay, so remote work is awesome. I bet I had you at pajamas all day, right? But listen, before you want to throw out your office chair forever, you need to know that there are some disadvantages to remote work. Now, there's a solution for it too, but you need to be aware of it. Let's take a look at the disadvantages. Okay, so we're talking about the disadvantages of remote work. You know those spontaneous chit chats that you have by the water cooler, or those brainstorming meetings you're suddenly called to, or when your boss asks you to participate in a meeting that really isn't work, but he thinks it is. None of that exists in remote working. And that creates a sense of loneliness, a sense of being isolated in people. You're going to miss that face-to-face interaction. You're going to miss just the environment of work itself. Wait, there is a solution to that. There are actually two solutions to that. One of that is partial office work. So basically what you do is that you break a deal with your boss that you're going to be spending some of your time in the office. It depends on you what the frequency and the duration of your time in office is going to be. It can be once a week, every other day. It can be 1 month every quarter. It's really about you and your employer. And that gives you the chance to meet with your team every once in a while and feel all of those benefits of working in the office. The second solution is called co-working. Now, co-working is an office where you can rent a desk, and there are a bunch of other people just like you who have rented a desk, and you get the feeling that you're going to work. Now, those people are not working with you probably, but they are working on other things. It does have a water cooler where you can still have some spontaneous chit chats. And the most important thing about a co-work environment is that you get connected to a broad range of people working in all sorts of industries and professions. This will make you highly connected. Now, you can also mix partial office work with co-working. That's what I do. So I work at a company that is a few hundred kilometers away from me. I go and visit that company every few months, but at the same time, I have a co-working office, which I visit every once in a while, and I work there. These two solutions can also be used for the next challenges that I'm going to say. I don't want to be the person who says this, but when you're remote working, job growth becomes a little bit difficult. You see, have you ever heard of the expression out of sight, out of mind? It's only human, and it's especially true when it comes to promotions. It's also very important for you to create a bond, a special relationship, a positive relationship with your superiors, but it becomes kind of hard when you're not physically really there. But companies are trying to find ways so that remote working won't be a problem anymore. So it's not all doom and gloom, but it is something to consider. Oh, lack of discipline. Remote work requires a lot of discipline, very good time management. And if you're not good at those, yikes. Remember how we talked about you can wake up whenever you want, you can take an hour for your breakfast, there's no one going to tell you about why you're working at night or you're working in the day? Well, that is a double-edged sword because as convenient as it is, it could lead to laziness and procrastination. Yeah. I was there once upon a time. But you know, the fact that you don't have a boss watching over you and the fact that you can be a little bit lazy might actually make you really lazy. So you have to keep your discipline, your time management, really seriously. Keep it in check all the time.
Hey, that's my shoulder.
I don't think that needs any explanation. So folks, great work can be amazing. You just need to know how to handle it. And the good news is that it's not a 0 and 1 question. You're not stuck with office work or remote work. You can choose something in between. Do you think that I'm reading from the piece of paper because I was too lazy and I was busy procrastinating, practicing this piece? Yeah, you're right. But anyway, don't forget the comments below. We're waiting for you.